Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight for what I hope will be an incredible night of collective sharing in the joy and success that has been the Global Women's Project over the past 10 years. My name is Lauren Ryan, and it is my great pleasure to host this evening's event alongside my co-founder and sister in solidarity, Carmen Hawker. True to our name, tonight's event is a truly global affair. We have participants from 6 countries across 3 continents and in 5 different time zones. Plus, you can expect to hear from presenters speaking in at least 4 different languages, and we have done our very best to provide translations wherever possible. But you will be asked at times to just sit back and listen to the beauty of what is a cross-cultural sharing of knowledge and experience. Before we formally begin, I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are all joining this call from many different lands and communities. But I acknowledge that I'm coming to you from Naarm on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, who are its traditional custodians and whose sovereignty over this land has never been ceded. I pay my respects and give thanks to their elders, past and present, and particularly acknowledge the strength, resilience, and tenacity of Aboriginal women. I extend that thanks and respect to all Indigenous lands and communities across Australia, and also wish to recognise the traditional and ancestral lands from which our partners join in Nepal, Cambodia, and Burundi, and to pay my respects to any and all traditional elders or ancestors in those places. The Global Women's Project was originally born from the sharing of lived experiences and passionate ideas sparked by an online chat between 2 strangers, Kate Williams and Brandy McKenzie, who are both on the call today, and I'll speak to them a little more shortly. This happened back in 2012, and it was brought to life with the help of another 2 strangers, myself and Carmen Hawker, over the following year. I want to take a moment now to recognise the incredible contributions of those 3 women. GWP simply would not be able to do the work that we do today without the foundations that each of you built before. So thank you deeply. In a spirit of true democracy, each of our 4 female founders have led this organisation at different times and in different places. I'm simply the one lucky enough to have held that privilege for the past 4 years. Now, doing a multitude of things. Many of you are already familiar with our work, and if you're not, we certainly hope that you will be by the end of this hour. But just to provide a short recap, we run an entirely volunteer-run organisation that is currently consisting of a team with the unstoppable Deacon Sala, Hayley Coughlin, myself, and Carmen. I think I keep getting muted, sorry, for some reason. Dee, is that something happening with everyone? All good. I know you're trying to cut out other noises. It's all good. Sorry, guys. All right. Carmen will speak a little bit more at the end of the night about what makes us tick, but I want to acknowledge that we're only able to do what we do with the selfless love and dedication from our volunteers, and with that, we're able to commit over 95% of donations directly back into our international projects, making us a mighty small but monumentally efficient organisation. Here at the Global Women's Project, we're driven by a vision to create a world where every girl and woman has choice, independence, and the power to create change. To achieve this vision, we're on a mission to give women around the world the knowledge, tools, and resources they need to live better lives for themselves, their families, and their communities. We do this by finding the very best in-country partners and grassroots organisations that are already operating in underserved communities and partnering with them. We know and trust that the women and leaders in those communities are best placed to kind of use local knowledge that is required to bring about positive social change. What they need is access to resources, which means we get in there with the funds that they need, and then we get the hell out of the way and just watch the magic happen. You'll be hearing from each of our 3 fabulous partners tonight, and their voices are what matters most, so I don't want to say too much more before I hand over to them. But I do want to take a moment to just quickly celebrate some of our organisational success. Sorry, there we go. As you can see in this slide, our projects are currently reaching 1,772 active participants, and we have provided over thousands of hours in-kind capacity building support to our partners. During the COVID-19 pandemic, We provided funds that resulted in over 40,000 emergency meals for women and their families in Nepal, topped only by the time when we managed to reach nearly 65,000 women and their families with food relief and shelter during the aftermath of the devastating 2015 Nepali earthquake. During this time, we've established 12 vocational training programs across 3 countries, resulting in 641 graduates and 145 business loans. And to date, we've held over 12 major fundraising events and countless other small online campaigns that have resulted in a total of $665,000 raised for our international programming. This magic was made possible through the tireless efforts of the 80+ volunteers and board members that have worked with us across the years. I know that many of them are on the call tonight, and I'm so sorry that I don't have time to name you all, but please know that we love and value you and your contributions every day. Then lastly, to our donors and our business supporters. I talk a lot about our volunteers and partners because they are the backbone of our organisation. But the truth is that changing the world takes more than just grit and determination. It takes cash, cold, hard cash. So to each and every one of our business supporters, regular donors, community donors, and individual fundraisers, we say a huge thank you. Whether it was a $5 donation or a $15,000 donation, you are the reason that we are able to bring about meaningful change. And without you, we are utterly lost. All right, enough from me. It's time to hand over to the people that you really came to see. Our first partner that we're going to introduce you to tonight is our Rahavi Baho partner based in Burundi. And I have a video from the fabulous Brigitte, who's the founder and ongoing manager of the Rahavi Baho Centre. Brigitte and her team really wanted to be here with us tonight, but unfortunately internet connectivity has prevented them from joining in the end. They had also hoped to be able to provide us with a fully translated version of a video, including English subtitles, but that same connectivity has prevented them from doing that. So instead, you're going to have the privilege of listening to me provide a live voiceover to a film in French that we will be transcribing as we go. So it's live TV, folks, and anything can happen, but we really wanted you to be able to get a taste of what our organisations can do and what our work is meaning. So just give me a moment to prepare. A quick glass of water, if we don't mind. And I hand over to the voice, but with my overlay. Sorry, I'm just going to turn that down a tiny bit so that you'll be able to hear my words. My name is Brigitte. I'm the legal representative of the Rahavi Baho Centre, a network of assistance for survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. On this occasion, I am extremely happy to be able to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Global Women's Project because it is an organisation that has supported us a lot here at Rahavi Baho. Rahavi started from humble beginnings and has worked mainly with limited resources. Since we started receiving support from GWP, we were able to achieve a lot, mainly supporting women survivors of gender and sexual-based violence, and specifically survivors of unwanted pregnancies as a result of these kind of events. One common problem in Burundi is that young girls have unwanted pregnancies due to sexual violence, such as rape. There are many cases of those with children who are even 15 or 16 and then having children of their own. As a consequence, the social stigma means that even their parents often abandon their daughter and cannot provide help for them. Due to the lack of support, women start small businesses on the street to put food on the table and support their child. Unfortunately, the police and other security guards always chase these young mothers and stop them from selling on the streets. Seeing mothers running with their baskets and their children is very painful for us to watch, and that is why we decided to create the Rahavi Baho Centre. The centre, on top of other activities implemented such as training sessions and activities to generate revenue, we've also opened a childcare facility to welcome these children. It is a free childcare service for about 15 children today. We have hired a guardian, a mother who takes care of the children, cooks meals, and carefully monitors each child's well-being and health at the centre. Children are fed porridge in the morning and a lunch meal is provided, and any other need that arises for the children, we try to care for. Since the beginning, the childcare started in a volunteering capacity, but thankfully with support for GWP, we were able to have a small salary to encourage the guardian and cover the transportation fees for the children. It's true that this is not a full salary, but we would not be able to do it without GWP support. Thanks to you, you are continuing to have an impact on the ground, and we can keep the guardian and care for the children. GWP also funded our basket weaving project for women interested in running a small business. The project offered an opportunity for women to learn how to weave baskets with an intention to sell them together in a women's collective. Some women managed to sell and gain profit, but the project could unfortunately not continue as we did not always have access to the weaving material needed, and the local market where they were to sell the baskets sadly also burnt down. But when the women gather, they share stories about the activities they are interested in exploring, and they discuss the things that matter to them. Often they stress how critical the childcare facility has been and how having a safe space at the centre has been very beneficial for their well-being. The women say they often feel as though they belong at the centre, and mothers say how it allows them to flourish, saying that even those who have no family have found another family that supports them in difficult times. We also provide psychological services for women who are survivors of gender-based violence. This is run by our volunteers who are qualified psychologists and provide free counselling. There are 2 psychologists who alternate every 2 weeks at the centre. However, with recent funding from GWP, we'll be able to organise a full-time employee who will be there to identify key areas of need and schedule counselling sessions. Overall, we have many ideas, knowing that GWP is behind us and we want to do this work right. We take initiatives while counselling the women we support to see what is most needed and where to focus the efforts in accompanying them. Since we launched our centre back in 2017, Rahavi Baha's work has been growing and improving. For the moment, there are 15 children that we care for with the support of GWP. We begin to provide them health, which they were not able to access before. Similarly, we once had a child with a very advanced health problem, but thanks to this support, we have been able to treat them and they're currently doing very well. Training focuses on financial self-esteem skills to mothers, meeting at the centre in a place where they are valued and where women feel at home and that they are willing to learn how they can advance themselves. Sadly, most of them still feel stigmatised and they live in isolated conditions. But now with the support of GWP through the Rahavi Baha Centre, the trainings have encountered women who can come and meet each other, share their experiences and focus on their well-being. The changes we see in the women is incredible. Women who never used to step outside of their houses are now involved in organising celebrations such as International Women's Day and other events like the 16 Days of Activism Against Violence Against Women and other international events. It's amazing to see that everyone wants to be involved and take every opportunity to flourish. There are many things I would like to do if GWP continues to support us. Because even if supporting victim survivors is not easy, we know it requires a lot of patience. And I say this because sometimes we ask them to start thinking about becoming independent, but old behaviours and attitudes still become a barrier. One example is when we tried to start a microfinance project. Women applied for small loans to start a business, and at the beginning it worked. Some women repaid the full amount and kept the profit that they returned in their businesses. But sadly, there were also other women who categorically refused to reimburse the money. This might be due to extreme poverty levels, but this prevented the project from continuing as planned, and we did not reach our objective supporting more women with microloans. Only a couple of these groups continue to be functional, but at the moment we still have 9 solidarity groups that continue to meet and make savings and loans, and we continue to support them and add capital so that they can work on projects to generate more revenue. At Rahavi Baho, we had a dream where all women can create real positive change in their lives and the lives of their children at the childcare centre. Their needs might differ from other mothers and children, but every support helps us to make a difference. For instance, the children will spend at least 3 years at the centre because we take in children between 2.5 and 5 years old. And when they are 6 years old, they go to school. By allowing them a safe space, we can directly support the mothers so that they can work with a peace of mind to know that their children have been left somewhere where they can learn, work and study. We know that having them fed these children in the morning and noon, mothers can come and pick them up in the evening knowing that they are safe and healthy. Thinking about the future, we plan to really continue the activities aimed at promoting the rights of women and children survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. For example, we want to start using theatre as a tool for raising awareness and educating community members for behavioural change. Theatre can be very powerful. The theatrical activity will run within the community in which these women will play a role and will expose their problems, which will allow the members of the community to react in relation to what they are being seen. This includes engaging the men in the communities, which is a really important part of the program. This is a project that we are going to do thanks to the support of GWP and the support that has been granted to us recently, which will allow us to continue taking care of the children, purchasing more education materials, including the games and books, and continuing on with this theatre education program. We also plan to participate in International Children's Day and allow these children to meet with other kids from other various neighbourhoods so that they can come together and feel that they have the same rights as other children. We have many ideas, and I get very excited when I start thinking of the many initiatives that we intend to implement thanks to the support of GWP. Congratulations again to the Global Women's Project and everyone on the team. Happy birthday, good success for the next 10 years, and we hope that after 10 years we will still be together with you to celebrate another 10 years with love from all the volunteers, children, women and participants at the Rahavi Baho Centre. Wonderful. All right, I'm going to take a break now.
Take a breath.
To Carmen. So thank you everyone for bearing with us for that.
Well, and thank you, Lauren, for persevering with the voiceover. I know it was a last-minute curveball, but it was beautiful to be able to hear that update. My name is Carmen, for those of you who don't know me, and I have the honour of introducing our two partners from Stung Treng Women's Development Centre in Cambodia. And I know she has been a very busy woman recently, just flying in from London and had enough time to catch her breath. So I'll first pass over to Chansa, if you want to come off mute and pop your video on when you're ready. And then I will pass over to Dara Chan Kim or Chan to give us an update. And we have a small video as well from a wonderful beneficiary of the project there. So Chantal, when you are ready, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, and especially Carmen, of course. It's so lovely to see you after so many years, and I miss you all the time, you know. And first of all, I would like to congratulations on Global Women Project and happy anniversary. And I wish you a long live, forever going on to helping the world to be a better place. And I would like to just say hello and then just say thank you so much for all your support in the past that enable us to, you know what in Cambodia we have a saying, man is gold, women is a piece of cloth. But at Stung Treng Women's Development Center, we would like to prove woman is not clothes. Woman is not a piece of clothes, but woman is a diamond, better than gold. Once they get support, and we focus on helping them financially independent, and then they became diamond. And we educate the woman, and as a saying, you educate a man, you educate one person. You educate a woman, you educate the whole family, and that's what happening at our center. They have less children, they send their children to school with the money they earn from SWDC, and like I have happiness in life, see my dream comes true. And I would like to thank you very much again and again. And it's um, just a very important support to help us to achieve our goal to support women to be financially independent. And now I can give the stage back to Carmen and to Jan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And we're so grateful that you could make it here. We know you're a very busy woman, and also we've just popped a link in the chat because Chanta has just co-written a book about her incredible life, and we wanted to be able to promote that here. So there is a link to pre-order that in the chat at the moment, and we're really happy to share that. So thank you so much for joining us. And I'd like to now pass over to Chan to talk to more of the projects that we've done together. Chan, I'm not sure if you're frozen or if your internet is there working. But in the meantime, maybe Lauren, we can press play on the video. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely, Carmen, thank you. So this is just a short beneficiary video from one of the projects that we're hoping Chan will have a still moment and an opportunity to speak to. But if not, just to give you a little heads up, during COVID, we were approached about supporting a 3-month-long sustainable farming and organic gardening project so that women could start to grow their own vegetables locally, both to get them through the pandemic, but also to be able to sell in a local context as a way to raise revenue when other business opportunities weren't available. So I'll play this short video now, and hopefully we'll hear from Chan when we're done.
ឯណានេះជាចំការដែលទី2ដែលភាពបានទៅតែរៀបចំលើងក្រោយវិភាគបណ្ដុះទី2ដែលប្រាប់ខ្ញុំមិញហ្នឹងណាចាអូខេឯណានេះជួយណែនាំប្រាប់មើលខ្ញុំឃើញនេះស្លឹកគ្រៃហ្នឹងយើងដាំលក់ហើយដាំដើម្បីអីទៀតនេះឃើញដាំទៅតាមលបងអញ្ចឹង ក្រៃហ្នឹងគឺយើងដាំវាមានអត្ថប្រយោជន៍ពីរយើងលក់ក៏បានហើយវាជាដំណាំបន្ទាក់អូតាក់សត្វល្អិតហ្នឹងណាអូខេហើយនេះយើងដាំបន្លែអីនេះណារោងនេះណារោងទាំង4ហ្នឹងគឺជាកូនត្រាប់កូនត្រាប់ត្រួយអូនេះណាបាទនេះ
All right.
Thank you, Lauren. And Chan, I'm not sure if we have you there.
Hi, everybody. You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, but yeah, the video here is have problem. I don't know why. I tried to fix it out, but it doesn't work. I'm not so good with certain, so. But you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. So it would be really great to hear a little bit more about the project. Can you still see our screen? Because the video that you shared with us was really moving.
Yeah. I saw the video that I shared with you. Is you Norang or Carmen?
Carmen.
Oh, Carmen. Hi. Nice to see you again. And today is only here today.
She is, and we have Kate as well. So all 4 of the original crew.
We miss her too. Yeah, for such a long time. She returned back to Cambodia, to Australia from the US. Yeah, still in the US.
I'm back in Australia, Chan.
Oh, yeah, nice to hear you again.
Yeah, lovely to hear your voice.
Yeah, yeah. I remember we worked together a lot, and yeah. Then after that, I continued to work with Lauren, and today, yeah, we meet all of you again. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Chan. It's really,
But
really
so,
lovely.
I'm really sorry. Suddenly, the video is get some error, and cannot fix it out. So I don't know why.
That's okay. Chan, I was just wondering, in the video, this is Carmen speaking, it mentioned that Mekong Blue, which was the sales arm of SWDC, had to make the difficult decision to close during the middle of the pandemic. And I was just wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about how SWDC is going now, and how your economic recovery from the pandemic has gone.
Yeah, yeah. As everybody know about the pandemic, it's sudden, and yeah, it's we forced to close everything, including the weaving, seam weaving process, and that is the main of our income. Yeah, cover the whole cost of our administration and management. So that we face a very, very difficult time. And also at the time that we don't know what to do, and we forced to end the contract with many people, and especially our weaver. And then that after discussion with Norang, and the gardening training, yes, it take place. So that really good. That have several women from our steel weaving process, and now they get some have a big garden that you see in the video, and they got another kind of income to survive during the pandemic and continue till today. So that's the great thing that we able to provide with the support from Global Human Project. So that's the great thing. But for our steel weaving, for Mekong Blue, we still close, and I don't think that we able to reopen again. So currently we our at our organization we still running the kindergarten school and the clinic, yeah, to provide free treatment for our community. For it's almost 1,000 people here in our community get the free service, free access to our clinic, for our health clinic. And we also run a small mental health program at the center. Yeah, so we set up the human support group in the mental health program, and we continue to run the computer lab. But as you know, the English class support by global human project that we forced to close when the pandemic start. So I hope in one day we will receive the support from you again to start the English class. Yeah. And we run another project called School Sponsorship Program. So currently we support 100 poor students from to attend the public school in many different school in Stung Treng province. So
thank you so much, Chan, for sharing. And I couldn't agree more. I hope that there are plenty of partnerships for us in the future. I know that Dee put in the chat a link to the Computer Skills Lab program that we funded a number of years ago. And as you know, we always love to fund innovative programs that really challenge gender stereotypes. And I think that, you know, women, you know, obviously learning English, but learning computer skills as well is a way to do that. So we thank you and Chanta deeply for your work and for joining us here tonight. Thank you so much, and especially because your internet, we know how temperamental it can be.
Yeah, we also want to say thank you so much, and thank you all of your supporters. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Chanta and Chan. It was really beautiful, and I'm really grateful that we're able to share that small video as well to get a real sense of what things look like on the ground and the progress that's being made after that initial sort of funding for that project. So thank you. We'd now like to hand over to one of our third organisations, the Women's Foundation of Nepal. I'm a bit tongue-tied now. We have been working with the Women's Foundation of Nepal since the inception at the very beginning of the Global Women's Project. Both Kate, Bryony, Carmen and myself and Laura, who's also on the call, and a number of other people have been able to visit and spend time with the incredible women in this organisation, and all of the other participants, Prabesh, yourself as well, are regularly in contact with you. So it's my great pleasure to really hand over. We have quite a number of people from the Women's Foundation here to speak to us tonight, and they're going to give a more extended presentation around what is really our flagship partnership here at the Global Women's Project, which is the Rural Women's Resource Hubs. So I'll hand over to Renu now. Thank you.
Dear team of Global Women Project, all the partners of the GWP and the team of Women's Foundation, I'm so happy, like speechless at present. It is my great pleasure to be here today and share the achievement of share the achievement and change in Nepal. So great to see the team like Kate and also Bryony, Laura, Carmen, all of the team, all of you here is so great to see. And I would like to thank you very much for all of you who gave me a chance to speak here, and would like to thank very much. Actually, I would like to congratulate to Global GWP. This is 10 years is already gone from the beginning. We are together with you, and I have, so when I close my eyes, I can see how Kate, we will discuss, and also Bryony in difficult time and also happy time. So we got chance to share even together, not only financial support. I would like to thank you very much for financial support as well as together joining with us in hard time. This remarkable 10th year, so congratulations again. I would like to share in a short here what you gave at the beginning. Women of Nepal smile again with the light. The light is actually, wow, the light of real electric light which was born. It was really challenging in Nepal, which women generally just educated, literate women can work as the electrician, which was made possible from you, GWP. Then not only that, the difficult time, which was 2015, is already 8 years gone. It was over 17,000 people, not only people, 17,000 we reached to help immediately, which was over, you can imagine, around 5 members in a family. If we think it was really great. Not only that, at present, that ongoing at present also over 1,700 75 women are directly benefited. Not only that, the women are from at the beginning, they were voiceless for themselves. It was hard for them to speak about them in their own family, and at present they are the leader of the community. Not only in their home, they are a decision maker of their family, not only family, their society, and several of them are taken as a village, a local government planning committee who are able to make the plan for their community who were neglected in their own house. So thank you very, very much for your ongoing invaluable support. So I think about the project and program, Tara and other team of Women's Foundation will share and talk with you. So especially I'm here to express and thanks to you for everything. With you support Women's Foundation. So I would like to hand over to Tara or from the Women's Foundation, Kamala.
Thank you so much, Renu, and we are grateful to see all of our supporter friends and we felt like extended family. It's a very special evening, a special day today for 10th year's birthday celebration. And Renu already mentioned some of our work, and lack of time, I'm just gonna go to continue. The Women's Foundation was established in 1980, where 88 to work towards women's, and especially we have been working for the issue of the human rights, peace, equality, and social justice. And it's really changed the face of my community. So Renu already mentioned we have a 11th district office, 380 active members, 11,000 general members, and national and international volunteers. Next. So relationship between GWP and WFN. It's a very amazing 10 years, since 2015, we have been cooperating, communicating, connecting, and committing uplift the status of women for their economic development, equality, and social justice in rural part of Nepal. This is really, really great job. And then, another special, whenever we have a crisis, the GWP is there. We can't express our deep even any thankfulness, because 2015 this massive earthquake, we get support, and then you can see the picture there here for the pregnant women and the new mother. Like 173 were direct benefited, and then 405 were indirectly benefited for this project. Some of the children still we have in the Women's Foundation who are victim of earthquake. Next. So relief distribution and open heart kitchen. It's a COVID crisis had put many Nepali labor out of work. For daily wages worker, lockdown was more dangerous than an COVID virus. We helped some, we did actively, we were there, and we relief distribution are like 3,217 family, and open heart kitchen. I already saw at the beginning also nearly 40,000 meals to 40 people around for 45 days. It was a quite challenge, and we have a morning to evening line for food, and then we are distributing, and also distribution here, you can see the Renu in first picture. Other, we are there to helping and to whatever we need to check up our food provide. Next. Women's Hub project for the rural women. This is another special ongoing project for for this program, rural women. So it's a aim of empowering women through education, training, and access of resources. Now our members are working bridge between access and need, and then I feel like it's a really great support and access is for Australian women too, and Canadian, Nepali women in the where there is no way to get support. So we really appreciate. So this project is still today. There is our beneficiary and leader are there. It's a 4 hub like Japa 1, Japa 2, Sunshari, and Bhaktapur district of Nepal. It's a quite rural and then like a really the people, I would not say backward, but it's a isolated area. Thank you so much. Next. And you know how project for rural problems faced by rural women in generally, but it's a very special like a limited access of education, domestic violence. It's a really huge and economic inequality, health disparity, traditional beliefs and practices, lack of legal education, lack of land ownership, like mostly the land is under the name of male, social stigma, it's a no. So lack of technology and information, and child marriage and pregnancy. So next. The HUB project for the rural women objectives. It's a really great objective, and we are able to achieve to provide skill training rural women and range area, including business management, legal rights, financial literacy, and business. So the support for rural women in entrepreneurs, such as monitoring networking and access to market to get they can access the market and knowledge, skill and knowledge to how to market. So and we also provide financial services to rural women such as microcredit and saving, not only loan but also knowledge of the training. The fourth objective, strengthening the capacity of rural women's organizations, so advocate for the rights and rural women and provide services to their members. Renu already mentioned we are not they are not only OR but also able to fight for their rights, and they are able to get some decision making position. And then we can see whenever there is a crisis, thousands of women start to come for rally. They are really aware. And the fifth objective, promote gender equality and rural area after raising awareness of gender issues and by supporting of participation of rural women in decision making. It's really happening. It's going to, and it's not equal yet, but we are hoping. It's a slow process. We can see the change. The women who cannot come from outside, Renu also already mentioned, today they are the decision maker. At least they are not a 50-50%, but they can raise the question, and thousands of women are behind them. And we have no word to honor the GWP, all members, and the supporter or donor. Next. So implementation and result. It's for especially to get out. It's offer the safe and trustworthy environment for their community. It's a community-based center that provide a range of services, training, and empower rural women in Nepal. and it help women gain the knowledge, education, and experience of microcredit support from their own group and improve their lives and provide a platform where they can gather together and also like share their idea and talk about their rights and the survival of domestic violence. They can share their idea and then empower their idea empower other women. Next. Oh, sorry. And then there right now total members since the 2017 like the 1,775 and just January to June local 22 women's and legal support January to June this year 2023. 26 cases. They are in the cases for the court, but many cases women like able to mediation and negotiation and to advocate to the locally. Next. That's the project for the women's impact. We can see the impact for, we already discussed about connected rural women support and solidarity and development in its, like their leadership among the locally and also like a skill development, like the program has helped to increase the income and employment opportunity for rural women when they got the training and when they have a knowledge and training and skill they are able to implement for the to apply for the job implementation and also equal rights strengthening the capacity of rural women and advocate for their rights and freedom. I already mentioned so many women are like they're raising the question and rally. They're actively coming out for their equality, and also accessibility, a community center where women come gather together and share their idea. We already mentioned this is a safe place for them, and then they're busy and make a plan for development, business development plan. Next. The Women's Hub program is like it's really important and empowering rural women in Nepal, creating positive change in their community. We would like to thank the Global Women Project Australia for in continuous support for the rural women empowerment initiative and making different for the life of women. We have no word. We are really grateful and really thankful. And if I cannot express from the word, I hope you can understand our feeling and then enthusiasm from the women's different hub. Thousands of women, and when they are out from their home, are making change. Renu already told, like a kind of a light to the community too. Next, some glimpse. I hope. Oh, we have a lot of photo, but I think I didn't see here the photo from the project. So many photo from that project from 10th year. I hope you might share this. And for the women, thank you.
Thank you so much, Tara. That was so beautiful.
I would hand it to Kamala to express few words.
Thank you. I was about to do that.
Namaskar. Special thanks to the Global Women's GWP, Brani, Lauren, and Carmen, and our Women's Foundation team. I would like to highly thanks because of your 10 years birthday. Happy birthday. Tara, Renu and Tara, they already share everything, so I don't repeat it. So thank you so much. Thank you for giving us wonderful opportunity to present our program. Thank you. So I have no enough word how I express our happiness. So thank you so much. Happy 10th birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you, Kamala. That's so beautiful. And to Tara and to Renu and everyone who presented. Prabesh, I'm just going to ask, I know that there were perhaps some district coordinators or some beneficiaries who were perhaps going to speak. Is that still?
Yes, sure. So hello, my name is Pravesh Tangol, and I have been working as a correspondence officer at the Women's Foundation Nepal. So firstly, I would like to congratulate the whole Global Women's Project Australia team for your 10 years long journey. This is really a milestone. So here we have a district coordinator from Japa 1, Tulasa ma'am. So would you please? Also, we have a live beneficiary. So Tulasa ma'am, your mic is off. हजुरको mic. Tulasa ma'am, हजुरको mic off. Mic. Sorry, so her mic is off.
I think
Tulasa ma'am,
not working.
Unmute गर्नु दिदी, unmute.
हजुर
उहाँको बनाउन्जेल अर्कोतिर लैजाउँ न सर।
ए आउनु यस
सुनिँदैछ तारा?
सुनिँदैछ भाइ।
नमस्कार सबैजनामा, म झापा महिला आधारशिला शाखा झापाको तर्फबाट र मेरो व्यक्तिगत तर्फबाट पनि धन्यवाद। तपाईहरुको साथ र सहयोगले हामीले यो अहिले कम्प्युटर चलाइराखेका छौं। कम्प्युटर भइराखेको छ, अरु कामहरु पनि हाम्रो भइराखेको छ। हाम्रो सानो तिनो चाहिँ हाम्रो लगानीले गर्दा साथीहरु धेरै खुसी हुनुहुन्छ र हामी काम गरिराखेका छौं। तपाईहरुलाई कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन हाम्रो तर्फबाट। धेरै धेरै ह्यापी। तपाईहरुसँग भेट भएर फेस टु फेस कुरा गर्न नपाए पनि यसरी कुरा गर्न पाउँदा पनि धेरै खुसी लागेको छ। सबैजनामा यहाँ जोडिनु हुने सबैजनालाई म नमन गर्दै यो यसरी हामीले सहकार्य गरेर काम गर्न पाउनु नि ठुलो भाग्य जस्तो मैले ठानेको छु। तपाईहरुको सानो सपोर्टले हाम्रा नानीहरु धेरैले सिक्ने अवसर पाएका छन्। त्यो सिकेर उनीहरुले आफू केही गर्छौं भनेर सक्षम बनेर गरिरहेका छन्, गर्न कोसिस गर्दै छन् र अहिले पनि सुरु गरिराखेकै छौं। हाम्रो काम सञ्चालन भइराखेकै छ कम्प्युटरको। अरु सेभिङ ग्रुपहरुको पनि लघु वित्तीय सानो कार्यक्रमहरु हामी सँग भइराखेकै छ र अझै पनि निरन्तर गरिरहन पाएदेखि हुन्थ्यो भन्ने हामी आभारी छौं। सबैमा हामी नमस्कार गर्छौं। हाम्रो मेहनत हाम्रो महिला आधारशिला केन्द्रीय कार्यालय बाट नि हामीले एउटा पुलको जस्तो काम भएर पुल जसरी पुलले पारिवारी गर्छ त्यस्तै हाम्रो केन्द्रीय कार्यालयले हाम्रा अरु विदेशी साथीहरुसँग पुलको काम गरेर हामीसँग आदान प्रदान गरेकोमा धन्यवाद दिँदै फेरि पुनः पनि नमस्कार गर्न चाहन्छु।
प्रोफेसर ट्रान्सलेट गर्नु।
र अहिले चाहिँ मैले यति भन्दै हाम्रो एकजना साथी पनि हामीहरू लगानीबाट प्रसिद्ध भएर अहिले चटपटे पसल गर्दै गरेको आउँदै हुनुहुन्थ्यो। किन अलिक ढिलो आइपुग्नुभयो? फेरि समय
लामो भयो प्रोफेसरले ट्रान्सलेट गर्नुहुन्छ नि, लामो भयो के एकैचोटि ट्रान्सलेट गर्नु।
हस् अब मैले बिदा लिएँ, प्रोफेसरले ट्रान्सलेट गरिदिनुहुन्छ। अब म त्यसैमा हुन्छु। कोही आएको न?
Thank you, Talusa. That was really beautiful.
Pravesh ji is translated. Pravesh ji.
I didn't see him, but especially I would say just translate there. She was really thankful, and then from the GWP they get benefit, and so many groups are there, saving group, and then a different group, and also legal matter. Every single day they are able to help and running computer. So many activities going on because of global GWP. They are thankful. Thank you. I'm trying to summarize.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tara. And were there still some participants who wanted to speak or not tonight anymore?
Maybe some
Devi, Devi,
Yeah.
तपाईँहरु बोल्नु न, म ट्रान्सलेट गर्छु, अनम्युट गरेर बोल्नु. There is another group from Japa too.
महिला आधारशिला उपशाखा 12 दशी झापा 2. यहाँहरु सबैलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद. महिला आधारशिलाले यसरी कार्यक्रम ल्याएर हामीलाई यो अवस्थामा पुर्याएर एउटा जुम मिटिङसँग पुर्याएर यसरी हामीले प्रत्यक्ष हैन मिटिङ गर्न पाउनु पनि यो ठुलो भाग्यको कुरा हो. यहाँहरु सबैजनालाई आजको मिटिङमा उपस्थित सबैलाई धेरै धेरै हाम्रो संस्थाको तर्फबाट लगायत मेरो व्यक्तिगत तर्फबाट पनि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद. यहाँहरुको सपोर्टले यहाँहरुको साथ सहयोगले गर्दा आज हाम्रो संस्थामा धेरै उपलब्धिहरू भएको छ. एउटा ग्रामीण क्षेत्रमा बसोबास गर्ने महिलाहरू चुलो चौकामा रहेर आज बोल्न सक्ने एउटा क्षमता विकास, यानि कि हामी पनि एउटा घरभित्र सीमित भएको महिलाहरू आज एउटा संस्था खोलेर एउटा संस्थामा आबद्ध भएर यहाँहरुकै परिवार भएर यसरी मिटिङमा बसेर सबैजनालाई एकजुट बनाउने अवसर पाएका छौं. र हिजो श्रीमानदेखि पीडित, अहिले त छोराछोरीबाट पनि बाबुआमाहरू पीडित हुने अवस्था छ. त्यस्ता अवस्थामा पनि हामी घरेलु हिंसालाई निराकरण गरेर हैन उहाँहरूलाई न्याय दिलाएका छौं. विभिन्न तालिमहरूको सहयोगले व्यवसायहरू सञ्चालन गरेर आफै आय आर्जन गरेर जीविकोपार्जन गर्ने धेरैजना नमुनाको रूपमा हुनुहुन्छ. ट्रान्सलेटको लागि अलिकति समय चाहिने हो कि अलिकति बोलौँ कि?
समय छैन.
यहाँलाई धेरै धन्यवाद. र यसरी नै यहाँहरुको साथ सहयोग पाइराख्न पाएदेखि हामीलाई पनि धेरै राम्रो हुन्थ्यो. 10 वर्षको आज पुरा भइसकेको छ. 10 वर्षको कार्यकालको लागि यहाँहरुलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद, शुभकामना. त्यस्तै गरी मेरै संस्थामा यहाँबाट सपोर्ट पाएर यहाँ आबद्ध भएर व्यवसाय गर्ने मेरो साथी पनि एकजना उपस्थित हुनुभएको छ. म उहाँलाई टाइम दिन चाहन्छु.
एक मिनेट मात्रै समय छैन.
नमस्कार, मेरो नाम मन्जु चापागाई हो. म महिला संस्था स्वयंसेविका पनि हो हैन. सबै आमा दाजुभाइ अनि गर्भवती आमाहरूलाई सेवा पनि पुर्याएको छु. र यो महिला आधारशील संस्थामा म रहेर यहाँ बसेर पनि धेरै कुराहरू सिक्ने अवसर पाएको छु. चाना महिला बचत सहकारीको लेखा समितिको संयोजक पनि छु. र यस संस्थाबाट मैले यो संस्थामा बसेर यस संस्थाबाट लिएर केही कर्जाहरू लिएर सानो कुखुरा फार्म गरेको थिएँ. यसबाट पनि राम्रो आम्दानी निकालेर मैले अहिले आफ्नै घरमा एउटा सानो फर्निचर खोलेको छु. र आफ्नो सानो घर परिवार चलाउनलाई राम्ररी व्यवसायले मलाई राम्रै भइरहेको छ हैन. राम्रैसँग छ. धेरै महिला दिदीबहिनीहरूले धेरै यसमा आबद्ध भएर
धन्यवाद. अब त्यति गरौँ ल.
ट्रान्सलेट गर्नुपर्छ.
I'm just going to translate.
प्रोफेसर हुनुहुन्छ भने उहाँले गर्नुहुन्छ.
Where is if Pravesh ji there?
Sorry, so I was lost due to my internet connectivity. So she is Devi from our Japa 2 and a beneficiary who had taken the loan from our Japa 2 microcredit and started poultry.
Thank you so much, Pravesh. Yeah, and I know Tara, was there anything you wanted to add in from that as a quick summary?
Shows.
Yeah. I think Prabhasi's connection is still not poor, but especially she has told Devi is the coordinator for this project, and beneficiary is their poultry farming, and she start from taking loan and she return, and she also start furniture shop, and now she is independent. And Devi mentioned that there is from they gather at the beginning from domestic violence and victim of violence, and they became survivor and they became leader today, and they really they have identity today as a local leader. So it makes so much change in their life, and so many women from different groups. She would like to thank you for global special thank you for Women's Foundation to provide the support for their hub, and also special thank you for the Global Women Project, and thank you for all donor. She just expressed she want to more. I request to stop because we are over the time. Thank you. From her. Thank you.
प्रश्न बहिनी केही भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ 1 मिनेट समय
Wonderful.
टाइम हाम्रो पूरा भयो नि त
Thank you so much. We will need to move on. I'm sorry. It would be wonderful to stay and talk to everyone all night, but we have promised to let people go. There's a fairly important another event happening here in Australia in a couple of minutes, which is the semi-final for the Women's World Cup. So I'm going to hand over to Carmen now to wrap up this evening. It was such a meaningful and powerful presentation from everyone at WFN. So thank you so much. And Carmen, over to you.
Yes, I have the very unenviable task of trying to follow these incredible people. And as Lauren said, I will try and make it as brief as I can, because there, is probably the most monumental sporting event in Australian history about to happen right this moment. So I will keep it nice and brief. Of course, we're all here to celebrate the Global Women's Project and turning 10 years old, and then I look at those slides and I see the Women's Foundation founded in 1988, and I think, wow, we've got a long way to go. I was born in 1988, and it's just such, the privilege that we have to be able to partner with such incredible organizations is the reason that we're here. Of course, without you and the work that you do, there is no us. And I think we've been very clear about that from the beginning. So just thank you all so much for being here. I know when Lauren and I were talking about having this event, and it was a little bit impromptu, of course, it came out of a desire to want to spend time with you all, number one. But also to take the time to acknowledge what is a really significant milestone for an organization that's been a really big part of many of our lives for the last decade. And, we started to reflect on, we're looking through photos of the last 10 years. I know, Tara, you said it's hard to include all the photos from 10 years. We started to look back on the photos, all the fundraising campaigns, and you realize just how much you've learned and how much you've been through, even in a decade. So we had taken some time to reflect on some lessons over the 10 years. There are many lessons learned. We tried to distill it down to 10, and we will share a link, I believe, in the chat just shortly. It'll go live, I think, tomorrow, so we'll make sure you get a copy of that. But I just wanted to speak to a couple of them very briefly before we close. And the first one is that good in-country partners are really the secret to success. I think you've all seen tonight what passion and dedication the partners that we have carefully chosen bring to their work, and the partnership that we have built over very many years. And that is undoubtedly the key to any kind of longevity that we have had. The second is that bigger isn't always better. And I know that the patriarchy and capitalist societies we live in do seem to have a bit of an obsession with size, and everything needs to be bigger and scale it and grow and everything bigger. But you know, the key to our success has been staying small, actually, and making sure that we are, you know, volunteer run, that we have maximum impact with the minimum fuss. And I think we've been able to take action very quickly, particularly during the disasters that Renu and Tara were talking about. You know, to be able to mobilize quickly and respond to community need. I think a lot of that is due to the agility and, you know, smaller stature. So small can still be mighty would be the lesson there. The third one was around putting the people that you serve at the centre. I think this is something that all of our co-founders really held dear right at the start. It's something I don't need to tell any of you. You all believe it, but if it doesn't work for community, it doesn't work. And so to have women at the centre, their voices and the needs they identify, and then be able to back them and support them is something that, you know, we will be doing until, you know, the 20-year anniversary. Can you imagine, Lauren? The next one is that fundraising is really hard, but it does pay off in more than just dollars. And I think largely over the last 10 years, my role has been around fundraising and communications, community engagement. And it is really challenging work. You operate in, you know, a lot of scarcity. Everyone's kind of competing for the same sort of dollars. And exactly as Lauren said at the beginning, at the end of the day, a lot of these programs rely on cold, hard cash in order to survive. And so we have tried absolutely everything we can think of to fundraise and for these remarkable projects. And what we found over the journey is that, yes, it is hard, but it is also so worth it. And it's not just about the dollars that you raise, but it's about the community that you build and the momentum that you start to generate and the awareness that you raise. So yes, it might be challenging work, but you know, we have the easy part. And then lastly, it was just that this work never feels done, and you have to take every chance you have to celebrate the wins along the way. That's exactly what we're doing here tonight. And I just wanted to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your no doubt very busy lives to spend with us. And I'll just throw back to Lauren to finish us up.
Thank you, Carmen. No, look, you've said everything that could, I think, possibly be said to sum up. And once again, I realize we're over time. I do apologize to that for everybody, but I just want to give a really big heartfelt thank you, full of gratitude to everyone who participated, and particularly everyone who presented tonight. I know you've all made tremendous efforts to be here, put presentations together, record videos, and share with us in what is often not your first language. So I'm really grateful for the effort that's been put together to make tonight such a successful and beautifully sharing event. To everyone else who's joined us, we hope that you've learned something new perhaps, or that you've been inspired by the tireless efforts of these women and their allies who are just working so hard to create the change that they want to see and that deserve to see in their world, often under some of the most challenging circumstances. So we hope that you'll stay with us for the next 10 years, and as we keep showing up to do this work, and that when you can, we think that perhaps it would be nice if you could